Hello everyone, Carlos Flores, back on basics. So before we begin this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button if you have any, so that way you can get notified of any new videos that come on board. We're over 270 longer videos, and we're over 450 shorts. I love saying shorts. I don't know why. It's just the kid in me. You have to take life at its saddest moments and accept it and move on, at its happiest moments and accept it and move on, at its silliest moments and accept it and move on. I mean, you got to live life, and that's one of the things that I'm learning in my journey, in our journey, right? It's hard. I mean, honestly, being a male, for me, and I'm speaking for myself, it is hard because you have so many things going in your head, right? You're trying to provide job, family, different aspects, and so you have to be balanced, right? And in your mind, you have to be balanced in your body, and so you have to make sure that you're also slowing down and appreciating the things that you have. I mean, I'm just doing a soliloquy, which means, for those of you, soliloquies used to be the kind of like the monologues that a character in a play or a character in a book would say, and so I mean, it's amazing. Slow things down a little bit sometimes. You have to see specific details that sometimes we don't even get to see. You know what's interesting is that a lot of people see it and they post it online. Well, why don't you live it, right? I went outside and I did my shorts, and I realized that even though it's 99 degrees outside and it was 106 earlier, it was amazing. I loved it. Under the canopy of the umbrellas, I loved it because you know what? It just reminded me of when I was younger. It reminded me that, I kept on taking things for granted. And I don't anymore. And it might be my age, right? But I don't take things for granted anymore. And I look at the little things. And I look when I'm looking at something, I just don't see the general aspect, but I also look the specifics, right? And so, because, man, if you don't slow down, you're gonna miss a lot of life that you could be enjoying. And so, this moves us into our segue of the topic for today. But before we do that, if you have any questions, any comments, any suggestions, put them in the comment section. And if you want to connect with me on other social media outlets, you are more than welcome to. On Facebook, you can search for me, Carlos Flores Jr. My face is available there. That's my picture. On Instagram, you can type in @BackOnBasics. On X, you can do the same, @BackOnBasics. On WhatsApp, you can actually type in and search for me @BackOnBasics 9985. So again, right? There's many different outlets, so you can also connect with me, because I know that sometimes things are personal and you got to ask the questions. I mean, you can ask the general questions in the comment section, but sometimes you have to ask the personal questions as well. So all of that introduction leads to this. In my opinion, the most important skill that you need, and I think I've said this in another video, but I'm going to focus on this. You need for you to be successful. You need for you to move forward. You need for you to accept things and let them go, is to adapt. I can't say enough about adaptation. or adapting, because adapting means that you're going beyond being a human being. You're going beyond being an animal. You're going beyond, and you're using your mental focus or your physical focus, because adapting means that you've moved forward, but at some point a roadblock has stopped you, and you have course corrected either to one side or the other, or over or under, but you've adapted. And that's the thing. A lot of the times we don't. Most people don't adapt. Most people just tend to just go and go and go and go and go. And sometimes they give up. It's when you're on a journey, when you're trying to get to a place where you want to get to, when you want to have that mind-body balance, right? With me, right now, I'm hitting a tough spell with my weight. I'm right around 215, 216. And even though it's hot outside, I'm still not. And so, I just have to course correct. I have to adapt. And so what I've been doing is I've been sleeping more. I've been focusing more on my mind body balance. I've been focusing more on my health, and I'm pretty healthy. Thank goodness I'm pretty healthy, because before, when I was 267, about almost 2 years ago, I didn't know that I was not healthy. I had labels: pre-diabetes, right? Obesity. I had labels like that, and now they have been taken up because I'm not pre-diabetic. I'm not obese. I'm overweight still for my frame. My goal for the end of this summer, because I'm adapting again, is to re-hit 205. See, again, listen to it, right? Re-hit 205, because I already hit 205 at the beginning of the summer. But it's been tough times, and it's not that it's tough. It's that it's also been busy, and so I'm gonna re-hit 205, and then I'm gonna go back to my original trajectory, which is getting to 200. My goal by the beginning of the school year, when I go back to school and and continue my program, and I go back to school and and I'm a special education teacher, I want to be able to be at 200. It's manageable. I did that from 267 all the way to 205. It took a little bit of time, but it's still, right? I was tenacious. I didn't give up. There were some days that I was like, I just don't want to do it, but I didn't give up. I had that motivation, and guess what? I adapted. I was adapting as I went. Adapting is very important, because adapting means that you have seen that the way that you're going to reaching your goals or your dreams or your life balance, mind-body balance, is not working. So you have to look for other things. The same thing at your job. Adapt, right? That's what I did. Throughout the year, at the elementary school that I was at, I was more, because I was fairly new, right? And so I just took a back seat for most of the year, because I said, okay, the team that I'm in, they know what they're doing. And so I was more of a follower. As soon as I started summer school, I adapted, and guess what happened? Kids, and believe me, I connected with the kids during the school year, and it was great and everything. But this is a different connection, because this one, they can not only sense my genuineness, they can also sense that I'm looking after their best interest. They can also sense my peacefulness, and that's one thing that I didn't have during the school year. I didn't have this peacefulness that I'm so used to having. And for the first time in a while, I've been having it throughout the summer school. It's been great. And what happened? I adapted because I figured I have experience. I mean, I'm 49 years old. I have experience. I've ran things. I've been doing things both online and in person. And so that's the thing. I adapted. I was able to adapt. I was able to do things that people thought I wasn't going to do. And again, and again, and again, to the point that, all the students on my caseload in the summer have been doing great. We've been slowing down so that we can appreciate the little things. And it's amazing to do that. It's amazing to do the little things. It's amazing to look. It's like the saying says, stop and smell the flowers, right? Or stop and smell the roses. But that's what adaptation is. And that's the reason why, in my opinion, adapting is the most important skill that you need. Because you can be strong, right? You can be weak. You can be big. You can be thin. You can be young. You can be old. But regardless of any situation, adapting is the thing that can move you forward, right? Motivation is great. Getting your motivation will happen. Like today in the morning, I got up. It was hot. I closed my windows. See my blackout curtains here? They're great. This has changed the temperature in this room dramatically. I mean, it's great. And it gives a little bit more privacy, which is great. So it's just adapting, ladies and gentlemen. We as human beings, right, need to adapt in different ways. We need to adapt in our mind. We need to adapt in our bodies. We need to adapt in the way that we think. We need to adapt in the way that we learn. We need to adapt in the way that we do videos, right? Look, I don't know if you remember, but some of my previous videos, excuse me, I had my blinds even closed, and I still had like a light hitting my face, or it would cover my face, or it would glow. The window would glow, and it would not be conducive to the lighting in here. So I adapted. I mean, it's adapting for two ways. It's hot as heck in here. It was hot as heck sometimes because the sun would go through, even with 3 umbrellas out in the front. But I had to adapt. And then even after adapting, it wasn't good enough. So I adapted again. And this is what happened. That's that's what has gotten me to where I'm at today. And it got me thinking, and it's like, no matter what, we need to adapt, right? No matter what we do, we need to adapt. No matter how we think that we can't do things, or how we think that we're just, a single track going over, how we think that we have to do things fast, we also need to adapt. I mean, it's just amazing. It is amazing, and I can tell you over and over and over again. I mean, look, remember in some of the videos, I had a different beard, right? With a little, and it kept on going down, down, down. I adapted, and I said, let me just go with this one, right? I'm gonna shave my head tonight or tomorrow morning. I mean, I love that. I mean, it's easy management. It looks clean. It actually accentuates my face when I do that. So I'm going to do that. But again, it's like at 49 years old, I'm still learning how to adapting. So I want you to be open to that skill, to adapting. Don't don't just say I can't do it or I'm gonna quit. I'm not gonna do it because I don't think I have time to get to where I want to get to. You know what? A lot of the times the journey is the most rewarding thing that happens. The journey is the most rewarding thing that happens. Once you get to your goal, great. But once you look back at the journey, it's amazing. And remember what I told you starting last video and the video after that? I watched the movie Monkey Paw or Monkey Man. Monkey Man. and so it's on Peacock. And so instead of for me bulking up, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shred. And I'm gonna shred as much as I can because I wanna be able to be agile. I want to be able to have that mind-body balance. And don't get me wrong, I have mind-body balance right now. I take micro breaks. Remember, I know myself. I know others. I know my higher power. I know my goals, and I know how to celebrate my goals. I know how to do that. I do it. I mean, you know, there's like, for example, right? Before I would have been frustrated because my cat was right there. Mochi. You can't see her, but there she is. Cute. Mochi. I would have stopped the video and I would have started all over. But you know what? Hey, look. What is she doing? Nothing. She's being cute right behind me. Adapting. Again, right? Before you don't know how many times they came in, either her or Freddie, my other cat, or even Finn, my other cat, who passed away this past month. I think it's about a month, a little bit over a month. And it's like, I mean, what am I supposed to do, right? I'm not gonna. I didn't want to start over because sometimes I had everything dialed in and my video was great. So I said, why not have them in the videos, right? So again, to me, in my opinion, the most important skill that you need to move forward, to succeed, to have mind-body balance, to have life balance, to make sure that you're course correcting in life is adapting. Adaptation is very important. It's a very important skill that people don't use. Start using it. And if you have any questions, connect with me in the social media outlets. Put it in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to help you. So, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button so that you can get notified of any new video that comes on board. Again, right? Put things in the comment section. I'm more than happy to answer you. Connect with me on social media outlets. On Facebook, search for me, Carlos Flores Jr. Here's my face. On Instagram and on X, search for me at on Basics. On WhatsApp, search for me at Back on Basics 9985. Till next time, Back on Basics.